is getting back on the golf course again this offseason, participating in the Annika.
All right. So Caitlin Clark just snagged 2 caddies for her golf tournament. And get this, one of them is Sophie Cunningham. Remember her? She's the player everyone thought might be leaving the Indiana Fever. Now she's actually showing up to carry golf clubs for Clark. Meanwhile, the whole WNBA offseason has been so quiet. It's like the league totally went into hiding. Has a sports league ever just lost your attention that fast? Like you forgot it even existed? Okay, so here's the deal. Caitlin Clark is playing in a celebrity golf tournament. That's totally normal, right? Athletes do stuff like that in the off-season when they're not training or doing whatever else they do away from the cameras. For this particular tournament, she needed caddies. But not just any caddies, she wanted guest caddies. You know, to make the whole event more interesting for the fans and the media watching mates from. The Indiana Fever. They're spending a day on the golf course, carrying clubs, and maybe even dishing out. Advice on which iron to use. On the surface, this just looks like a fun, lighthearted off-season activity. Players hanging out, showing off those good relationships they have off the court. Totally normal, right? But here's where it gets really interesting. Sophie Cunningham's future with the Fever has been pretty up in the air. People have been speculating if she'll even stay with the team, or if she's happy there, because the organization value her enough to keep her around. And what's crazy is that through all this uncertainty, the Fever's social media has posted barely anything about Sophie, like almost nothing. That really made people wonder if something was going on behind the scenes. When Sophie actually shows up as Caitlin's caddy at this golf tournament, everyone starts reading into it. Maybe this means she's sticking with the Fever. Maybe it's a sign that their relationships are good. Could be proof the team plans to keep her. Look, maybe Sophie just didn't have anything else planned that day, and she thought carrying golf clubs sounded like fun. Who knows, right? All right, so the announcement for this came from GameBridge, which is linked to the Indiana franchises and the Fever organization. They officially posted that Sophie Cunningham and Lexie Hull would be caddying for Caitlin Clark. Plus, they'd be alongside professional golfer Nelly Korda and Lauren Yin. The event is set for November 12th, so fans have about a week to get hyped about watching. Basketball players pretend they know golf, but here's the thing. This should be a much bigger deal than it is. Think about a year ago. If you told people Caitlin Clark was playing in a celebrity golf tournament with her teammates. As caddies, that would have been national news. It would be trending everywhere. Articles, discussions, the whole thing would have been a massive event. But nah, it's just kind of happening, and most people aren't really paying attention. What's crazy is that brings us to the real story here. The WNBA off-season has been incredibly quiet. The league that was everywhere last year, breaking viewership records and selling out. Arenas, getting constant media coverage, has basically just vanished from public conversation. And honestly, that's a problem. Remember where we were a year ago? Caitlin Clark was still in college, but the hype for her joining the WNBA was absolutely massive. Every game she played pulled in millions of viewers. Every interview became a hot topic.